patient, love is kind, doesn't know evil. Love is strong, gives confidence, hope in hardest moments. Love protects, unifies, removes every fear. It's beautiful, does not contend. Cherish one another, never failing love. God ordained love, powerful love, eternal love.
Marital bliss.
Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Pastor Solomon Were, Jubilee Christian Church, Embakasi, and this is the Marital Bliss. The Marital Bliss is a program by Pastor Maurice Gacheru and Pastor Pauline Gacheru that is aimed at mentoring, aimed at encouraging and equipping our marriage today so that we got to enjoy our marriages as God intended. With me is Pastor Maurice Gacheru himself, Senior Pastor, Jubilee Christian Church, Thika Road, and Pastor Sam Odindo of Jubilee Christian Church, Thika Road. We are here, and marriage is a honorable thing. The Bible says the marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed kept undefiled. There are many, marriage goes through many issues, and Pastor, today we really want to get your mind on addressing the issues that surround the insecurities. Insecurities, mostly perceived, not real, are said to be driving lots of conflicts in marriages. I believe you have, by your experience and by your understanding of the Word of God, there is a way in which we can be able to maneuver, we can be able to be equipped to avoid most of our conflicts that arise from insecurities, financial insecurities of our spouses, insecurities with their associations, insecurities with the ranks and position, and stuff like that, and with the privileges. At times, people have stopped their spouses from enjoying certain privileges and even taking upon certain positions, higher positions of rank and promotion, because they fear for what may emanate, what may come out of the fact that she will be earning more, he will be meeting bigger and greater people, and stuff like that. I believe that before Pastor Maurice says something, I believe that you have something to say, Pastor Sam.
Yeah, thank you so much, first, to have us here. And as Pastor Solomon is saying, I think at this juncture, first of all, I'd like to maybe address a man.
Yes.
Because as we are talking about the fears, the insecurities, I remember there's a time Pastor, Reverend Maurice, was talking about the fears of a prince. And there's a very wonderful program that I would like you to check out at this particular time. I know this is Marital Bliss, but let me talk to a man.
Yes.
Because as we do this today, there is a place you can get this every time. So that that which makes you insecure, it, as Pastor Solomon is saying, sometimes they are just perceived. And I remember that is what our man of God was teaching us in the male enigma. So there's a wonderful program put for us men called the Male Enigma. It's a program by our very own man of God, Reverend Maurice, that it's on every month, especially every third Saturday of the month, right here in Jubilee Christian Church, Thika Road. And things like this we discussed today are discussed every now and then. So if you can make it, if you can make a place and just come, it's going to be of a blessing to you. Because once of what we are talking about today used to be a reality to me, that today is no longer a reality because it was demystified in this program, Male Enigma. And now I'm secure.
Oh, you're secure.
In my marriage.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that Christ really, walk with Christ enables people to be secure. However, Pastor Maurice and Pastor Pauline ministers to many people through this program and through Marital Bliss, which is everybody receives outside there. And many people might not ascribe to particular kind of faith, but they want to succeed in marriage,
Yeah. When you're talking about insecurity, let us first define it. What is an insecurity? An insecurity is a feeling of fear, threat, or impending danger, or intimidation, or inadequacy. So what are those things that cause a man to be afraid? Though unspoken fear. What would make a man to feel intimidated? What would make a man to feel inadequate? What would make a man to feel threatened? And the last one, unesteemed. Has to do with esteem or respect.
Yes.
Because men spell love as respect. All right? So what is it that would cause a man to feel disrespected? If a woman understands that, those things that I've mentioned, as they understand the husband, then they will be able to manage insecurity. Because, again, when we talk about insecurity, we must talk about a threshold. There's got to be a threshold where you say from here to here is insecurity. You get?
Yeah.
Because there is a place where the danger is real.
Oh, yes.
The intimidation is real.
Yes.
Yeah.
That the feeling
Yes.
of somebody being made to feel inadequate is real.
Yes.
Is not perceived.
Yes.
Is present and is real.
Yes.
So from what point to what point do you call it this insecurity? Why? It's because, for example, let's talk of a guy who is married to a beautiful lady. And this beautiful lady is chatting with somebody on the phone, or the guy is across the road and he's seeing the lady talking, shake the hand, even hug, or just, talk with this guy for a minute, and the guy is across the road. And then when they get there, the guy asks the lady, who was that? And then the lady tells the guy, why are you so insecure?
Or don't mind him.
No. Ask the guy, why are you insecure? Because the guy has asked, who is that? All right? And the lady responds and said, this guy is so insecure. You see, within us, there is what is called self-preservation. And that self-preservation, you first preserve yourself, and then it is extended to the immediate people, then to your family, to your property, and stuff like that. That is self-preservation.
Yes.
So if a man is in a relationship with a woman, all right, this issue of self-preservation will kick in his attempt to try and preserve and protect that relationship and protect that marriage. And in so doing, he's trying to keep danger,
Away.
threat away. Anything that can seem to threaten his relationship or his place in this relationship is a part of self-preservation. So there are people whose sense of self-preservation is more acute than others. There are people who will sense danger where there is no danger. And there are people who will not sense danger even when there is danger. Okay? So you sweep, you move from insecurity to a person who is totally unconcerned, aloof.
He lets everything goes.
And I have dealt with couples ranging from that to the other.
Okay.
Yeah, where a guy, the lady is coming home at 11 at night, and he warmed his own food and went to bed. He tucked himself into bed. Yeah, in the morning, there is no like, where are you? Who are you? No. He continues with his business. The lady comes to me and says, Pastor Morris, this guy is so unconcerned. Hata nikiwa nje ninyeshewe. Even if I'm out there, he's not bothered.
Wow.
The guy is like, she's a grown up. Are you getting? So there is that. Is that of lack of insecurity? You see, so now that one is being labeled lack of concern, while this too much concern is also being labeled insecurity.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So it's very important for us to define and to say, okay, at what point do we start to talk about insecurity? And I think that's important.
That's important. It is. It is.
Note that everybody is more sensitive, is that they are
Level of sensitivity.
different levels of sensitivity.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Number two, insecurity, in this case of a relationship, is a veiled way, could be a veiled way of this guy telling the lady or the lady telling the guy, I love you and I want you for myself only.
Okay.
Yeah, and Pastor, as you're saying,
It's jealousy. It's a twisted form of jealousy.
yes, and it has led to breaking of many marriages that would have been people
Yes.
are in courtship or they're just beginning to relate, and then you see maybe this girl or this man is greeting everybody.
Yeah.
Or this girl is everybody's greeting everybody, and then you say, looks like it won't be for me alone.
Now, this is what I want to tell you. Many ladies, and I'm speaking to ladies because I'm a man and we are men.
Yeah.
Many ladies miss it when they start to see this they call insecurity. And they fail to understand there are men who can't keep on saying, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you.
Yes.
Or you're my woman, you're my woman, you're my woman. No.
Yeah.
Them, they mark their territory in terms of, I don't want anybody within
Around.
this radius.
Touch note.
Touch note.
Touch not. You get. So that protective instinct that a man has would register to a woman as insecurity.
Wow. Yeah.
So what should a woman?
Because the woman wants to be in a relationship and still be free to take compliments and still be free, you know. But the guy is saying, no. If you're in a relationship with me, then it is me minus all the rest.
Yeah.
Yes. If anyone is to send you money, no more sending of money from anybody.
Yes,
It
I
does-
need to know where you're getting money from. I need to know who is that buying shoes.
Not
I
everyone
need
is
to know if
sweet
you're
at-
not spending your time with me and in the business,
Who are you
who
spending
else
with?
are you spending your time with?
Yeah. Yeah.
And this issue has caused relationships to break because of lack of understanding. All you need to do, if you see that person, another thing people say is like, this guy is insecure, or this lady or this guy is possessive. He's very possessive. He just wants me for himself. He's very possessive. You don't want a guy who is possessive. You don't want a lady who is possessive. You want, but to a particular degree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, you don't want a guy who is following your shadow as you're going to work, you know, is dropping you every... Now that's insecurity.
Yeah.
Are you getting? But every one of us wants somebody who will say, this is my hubby. I'll take care of my hubby. For example, Pastor Solomon, when you go to a wedding, social gathering, family get together,
Yes.
and the people are told, you know, go and queue, go, it's a buffet, go serve yourself. Or women are serving, everybody, ladies are serving, and your wife Carol stands up and says, I'll serve my husband.
And you feel good.
You like it.
Yeah.
Ndio?
Yes.
But isn't it a sign of insecurity? Kwani this your husband can't be served by any other person?
Yeah.
This your husband can't be given juice by any other person. Is a type of possessiveness.
Yes. Yes.
Are you getting?
Yeah.
Yes.
So many people misinterpret what are signs of deep affection
Yes.
to mean insecurity. So what does somebody need to do?
What does somebody
If you
need
see a lady or a gentleman who is like that, all they need to do is learn the power of reassurance.
Okay. Yeah.
Make them know that.
Let them know that it doesn't matter who sends an SMS. It doesn't matter who says hello. It doesn't matter wherever they go. They are always aware that they belong to you and you belong to them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Assurance.
Assurance.
And assurance will be able to sort out whatever kind of insecurity we are dealing with.
And assurance is not a one-day thing. Assurance is an ongoing process.
It is.
And it keeps building up depending on the kind of, people find themselves in marriage under very different circumstances, right?
Yeah.
And they're dealing with someone is working with a very sensitive organization, sensitive government department or something like that. And, they have to be all out there and they have to do this with these different people and maybe sometimes for days.
Yes.
And so it will take another high level of assurance for someone whose work maybe calls for him or her to be out in the company of the opposite sex, and at times they are all there, all alone and stuff like that. There is need for people to go out of their way to especially establish a very strong kind of assurance.
Yeah, it's very, very important. Is just a way of saying, I know you care about me, and I know you're concerned about my welfare. I know you're concerned about my relationship with you. I know you're concerned about finances. I know you're concerned about this and the other.
Yeah.
I'm also aware of that. And you go the extra mile to allay the fears of that person, or the feeling of threat, or the feeling of concern. All right? A man or a lady can just speak to their husband and say, honey, I've never found a man or seen a man, and I will never see a man who can make me feel the way you make me feel. Are you getting?
Yes.
Yeah, so in this whole world,
Yes.
you're the man for me.
Hallelujah.
I'm not looking, you're the man for me. I have found you are my permanent. If you can use that word. It's a type of reassurance.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, insecurity might start before you get to the relationship. For example, if a guy is feeling that if I approach this lady will reject me. So this man has started with a feeling of rejection.
Yeah.
And that feeling is like, this lady might reject me because maybe I'm not her type, I'm not her level, I'm not her class, I'm not whatever other things people use. When that man starts to entertain those thoughts, that person will start to hesitate or to think that these are the reasons that this lady might not accept him.
Yeah.
When they finally get into a relationship and get into marriage even, those same reasons might be the same reasons that cause that man to be afraid that this lady might leave him for another.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they're the same reasons, it's only that they getting stronger.
Yeah, so many people think that some of these things change when you get married. All right? So a lady may say, this guy, he's so insecure, he doesn't even believe I love him. He's so insecure, he always... So the lady is like, I got married, I said yes to him. I walked down the aisle with him, and I'm married to him. What's up? It's because it began before, and you think just walking down the aisle is going to change the insecurity. So this guy thought, this lady is so nice, so beautiful, she might reject me. And then she says, by some stroke of luck, the girl accepts. She said, I can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Are you getting? And
She's
then
in the box.
courts the girl, all right? Suits the girl, and now they're walking down the aisle. And the guy is looking, because in his mind,
Could I be
he
the
has
only
a
one?
sense of inadequacy, an insecurity that registers as inadequacy. Where he says maybe this girl is out there with somebody else. maybe this girl wants to leave for another. Maybe this girl, why do you think the girl can leave you for another? It's because you think the others are better. That's inadequacy.
Wow.
The lefting is in the mind.
The lefting is in the mind, is an insecurity. And how does this woman now deal with this guy? Is called reassurance.
Reassurance by actions, reassurance by words.
Yeah.
Reassurance.
To say to this guy, it's not luck. I prayed about it. I prayed about this relationship. So, you know, I got into this relationship with my eyes wide open.
Yes, I knew you were
It
like
was not a stroke of luck or chance that you're getting married to that beautiful girl. It's because she wanted to get married to you. Settle down. Are you getting?
Yes.
So the reassurance where you get into sober conversations.
You're right.
And you know many relationships can't handle that.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is what I
They
wanted.
say, babe, you know, I realized I was going on a business trip. You asked me certain questions. You keep on asking me, who are you with? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Like that. I've noticed, can I tell you, look at me, face to face, eyeball to eyeball. Babe, babe, I'm yours. You get? I'm yours.
Yeah.
Please, don't worry. Don't worry. I'll go and I just come back to you. It's reassurance.
And Pastor Sam, you realize that, you know, that simple act of reassurance can really put away lots of trouble.
Yeah.
And can even stop an impending divorce or separation. You know, but how many people are sensitive, as Pastor Morris is saying, to know that here I need to reassure him. Here I need to reassure her. Afikirie vile nafikiria, you know, mimi nampenda, afikirie vile nafikiria. Do you think that ego really plays a role here?
Yeah, it does. It does, because I don't know, the tendency once people get into marriage,
Yes.
and that and that respect all of a sudden looks like, I don't know if I'll call it familiarity, that you don't even, you no longer think about the other person, how they feel. It looks like personal. So you're quick to throw your hand and say, it doesn't matter. You think what you're going to think. When you get out of that box, you'll get me here. So there is not that reassurance of, that has said, people are not, many relationships don't get into that mature place where, okay, let's talk about it.
Yes.
Let's talk about it. Sit down here. We need to have this conversation.
Yes.
You always ask me these questions,
Yes.
this and this. We never get into that place.
And even when we get to that place, we are sitting them down to make them see that they're wrong.
Yes,
You
to make-
always say this. What's wrong with you?
You see, and I think we are going to get back to this after the break.
Yes, sir.
Because it's getting interesting. All right, just hold that thought. We are going to be back in a minute. Please remember there are lines there. Send your question. We'll try to address it. Send your question, prayer request. There are numbers there. And like, share, and comment. We'll be with you here on Marital Bliss in a minute. God bless you.
Marital bliss.
Yes, we have this case in the Bible where Abraham has two sons from two ladies. One of them is Sarah, the wife, and then we have the Egyptian woman who has a son. And then it comes to a point whereby, as Pastor Morris is saying, Sarah is now marking her territories, and she's getting rid of any form of threat. And this is how she approached Abraham. Abraham, get rid of this woman with her son. They will not inherit together with my son. And that one, I thank God, because it is written about Abraham. Had it been written about many people today in Kenya, it would be a different story.
Yeah. You see, this is what I was saying. Every one of us has different levels of sensitivity. All right? Sensitivity. And we need to be aware of certain things. What does your wife or husband like? What do they not like? Or what makes them angry? I tell ladies or guys, ladies mostly, don't wait for the eruption. When you hear the tremors, the ears are turning, waving like this, whatever it is, however you know, the lips are shaking, the eyes are shaking. Don't wait for the eruption. The tremor is enough to tell you. And that's how people preserve marriages. They will hear the tone has changed and will know, now this one is becoming, they are sensitive to certain things. All right? And we have been given that ability. You will walk into your house and without talking, you will know that your wife is upset about something.
Yes.
Are you getting?
Yes.
By the same token, we are supposed to relate with one another, in a way that we are sensitive to their areas of discomfort. Whether you are the one causing discomfort or whether other people are the ones causing that discomfort. All right?
Yes.
For example, you are supposed, as a man and a woman in that marriage or relationship or courtship, you are supposed to know which area you feel it is causing your husband, your boyfriend, your fiancé, your wife to be apprehensive.
And Pastor, looks like, the matters of apprehension and sensitivity. This is as diverse as personalities. You can't tell someone, no, don't be sensitive to this. No, don't be oversensitive to that matter. It depends on him. It depends on her.
You see, I've been married close to 30 years now. And I can tell you, one of these things, the things that has kept our marriage is, I live in my marriage knowing that there are things my wife will be sensitive to. If I refuse to eat her food twice in a row, and I tell her I'm not fasting, she's going to ask questions. Why, are you okay? What's up? Did you eat? Are you getting? Did you eat somewhere? So if she asks me, did you eat somewhere? I can't just go like, you're so insecure. Where did you think I was? Are you getting? Why? It's because you've got into a relationship where you are mutually concerned about one another's welfare. All right? So you also know that your wife's first and closest level of protection. You have closest level of protection. You have most
assurance.
Intimate, like what do you call it? An armor that somebody wears closely. You are that person who can protect her emotionally, physical danger, from abuse, from relatives, from all that.
Yes.
Are you getting? So many people don't see themselves
as such,
as protectors of their spouses from emotional turmoil. So what do people do? They expose each other to what we call emotional torture. And this torture is, they know they get home at 11, they get home at 10, they know they are supposed to say where they were. But they subject the wife to emotional torture to keep her guessing. So many women and men, for that matter, they are not even men are not exempted. They have become private investigators.
Someone is not explaining something, so I've got to find out.
If they are not, and they begin, private investigators, by looking at, what did you leave in the jacket? What is there anything in the car? They are looking for clues.
Text, WhatsApps.
Clues, number one, to confirm their fear.
Not to solve.
Because already they
already have some fears.
Many people don't look for
a way of solving.
For discrediting the fears.
They want to confirm.
Yeah.
Because the absence of proof and evidence is a discreditation of
the
that
fear.
fear. But they are like looking for their fears to be confirmed.
Wow.
Nataka kuona ya kwamba kuna mtu anaongea naye.
Yeah.
Are you getting?
Yeah.
It is so bad that when they finally umetoka wapi? Umetoka wapi? And they said, I was working late. You say, Wongo. Are you getting? It's like they are expecting the guy to tell her,
Yes.
okay, this is what happened. I left work early, or he went and had coffee
Yes.
with this lady, then had a nyama choma with this lady. Are you getting?
Yeah.
But they are looking for clues. And all of that is because they've been subjected to emotional torture.
Someone is not explaining.
By the time a woman decides to start scrolling the husband's phone and monitoring their Facebook accounts and WhatsApp accounts, and registering pseudonyms and putting funny photos there, trying to befriend the husband, pretending to be a gal,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
sending the husband a DMX, hey sweetie, bra bra bra.
Pastor, are you not sure? Are you sure you're not giving people ideas?
No. I'm telling people what I've had.
Of course, you're saying
These are
the
things
truth.
have
Yes.
happened.
But
Yeah, being a pastor for that time,
Yeah, you've heard a
you
lot.
hear quite a few things.
yes.
People can mutate to, they can become totally uncharacteristic of themselves when under threat.
Wow.
When under threat, they will call, you go to the office, they call the reception to ask, ameingia, ametoka, alitoka sangapi?
Na nani?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a person under mental torture
Oh yes.
who is being filled by images of the person they love being in the arms of somebody else.
Expecting evil.
And all this man needs to come. Akiona this lady, instead of saying, chana nae. In fact, some of them take it to a place where they are not dogging and they are not out there in a relationship, but they want to.
Yeah.
I'm sure Pastor Sam will share with me this experience. My wife recently, was it yesterday or the day before? Confession time. She told me, every time I've kept a record of every time you are too nice to the people around us, but very official with me. I have kept a record. I can remind you where and who you talk to so nicely and even on former, but when you turn to me,
Is madam
yes, you,
and sir.
you ask me, is food ready? I thought you'd talk to me the way you are talking to that person or that lady inquiring, looking for counsel through the phone. I wish you'd take that tone. I went back and said, I am really sorry. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that I'm nicer.
There's a beautiful book I have. A friend of mine lent it to me to read. And I would like every man who can do it to read that book. It's called Blind Spots. Blind spots means there are aspects, there's a way you behave, you don't know you behave. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Sometimes even when you're eating, there are people who eat they are noisy eaters, they are messy eaters.
Everything everywhere.
You get, they're messy, the carpet, they are messy eaters.
Yes. Ama
they
chakula
don't
ni
know,
yake
they
na
don't-
anachanganya yote before they eat. And the wife is saying, what are you doing? Just eat
Yeah.
one by one.
Yeah, are you getting?
Yeah.
They are messy eaters. They are those who talk, whatever. So there are aspects of yourself you're not aware of. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Or you don't know are offensive. All right?
Yeah.
When we train married couples that want to get married, take them through premarital. There's a topic that as a cause of conflict that is called annoying habits. Yeah, you might not know how annoying you are.
You are having a good time at the wedding reception. Your wife is just looking at you.
Yeah. And by the way, what you're saying is common. You said you seem to be very relaxed, at ease,
Yeah.
smiley when you're talking to other people.
I've heard that.
Yeah, but when you're talking
You've
to
had
your
it
wife,
You've had it, eh?
I've heard it before.
So
I'm
we
familiar
are
with
both
that
victims.
concept.
yeah. But when you're talking to your wife, ni sura ya kazi.
Umelipa ile bill?
You know, is official, is sura ya kazi. You know, like a business face, poker face. Are you getting?
Yeah.
And now the wife is like, I wish when you're talking to me, you'd give me that face that you're giving those guys instead of giving me sura ya kazi. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Yes.
So there are aspects about you don't know. You get, and that's
Wow.
why I said your wife or your husband is the one who tells you, by the way, you know, you're a messy eater. You know, you're noisy.
Yes.
You know, can you eat softly? Can you chew softly instead of going nyam nyam?
Yes.
Are you getting?
Yes, you are.
Every other person has just said, has left you to your devices. But here is one who is confronting you and said, by the way, if you want me to go out with you again, don't eat like that.
You know,
And you're like, don't be insecure. You know, what do you mean be insecure?
I think most of the times-
and you know now, guys, you know, and ladies, what they are saying,
Yeah.
they are saying, you know, that they are now in a toxic relationship because they've been told not to eat like that.
Yeah,
They've been told
yeah,
not
I
to
was
dress
going
in a
there.
particular way. They are not told not to eat in a particular. So now they start to say, you know me, I feel like I'm in a toxic relationship. So the word toxic relationship,
Yes. My-
insecurity,
my liberties are-
narcissistic.
Yeah.
You see,
yeah,
a guy,
those words.
let me tell you the truth. This is how I was raised. I never saw my mother coming late. If she came late, I knew she was in a Bible study or she came in a prayer meeting. All right? So, and she came home fast, organized the house, picked up the Bible and a songbook, and went for the fellowship. And when the fellowship is over, she comes home. Are you getting?
Yeah.
But this, I'm surprised in this age and age, a day and age, where you'll find ladies loitering in town by themselves at 10 in the night. So they get married or they get into a relationship with a guy who does not like her meandering around
Yeah.
at 11. No. At 11, you're supposed to be at home, in the house,
Yeah.
in your night dress.
Yeah.
And the lady is asking, doing what? We still don't have a baby.
No, even if she's single or married.
Yeah.
Are you getting? So you find one who is happy-go-lucky or a free agent,
Free radical.
a free radical, you know, just free agent, goes like, meets a guy who has a way of operation. Now this guy says, now babe, let me tell you one thing. I want my wife to be at home by 7 or latest 8. If you're going to Bible study, that's okay. But I want you to be in the house 8.
Yeah.
Are you getting?
Yes.
Hey, the lady goes to the charmer and says, man, my husband is so narcissistic.
Yes. Yeah. My
Are you
wife.
getting?
Yeah.
These are misdefinitions.
My wife tells
Wow.
me.
So
that-
anytime, now this is how relationships are getting. Anytime a lady and a guy come to a place where they disagree, the word insecure,
Narcissistic.
toxic,
Yeah.
narcissistic is thrown around. Why? Because one person does not want to change.
Oh. Yeah.
He says, now you found me single, live with me, be married with me, to me, live with me as a married woman, but allow me to live as if I was single.
Wow.
So I'll cook when I want, I'll come home when I want, I relate with whoever I want. Those are genesis. That is the sources or the genesis of what you call insecurity. Because I said, insecurity can be a veiled form of jealousy.
Yes. And Pastor, what are some of the solutions? Because of course I'm aware of the Bible saying that a gentle answer turns away wrath. Is one of it, but of course also fear dispels. Love dispels all manner of fear. Really, many things that can get people apart. If with that understanding, what you're talking about, we can really avoid a lot of trouble. How do we address insecurity?
How we address it, because of time, in a nutshell, number one is what you have mentioned, communication. There has to be space within relationships for mature talk. Not I like your eyes, I like your eyebrows, or you got new nails. That's okay. When she walks in with new nails, that's okay. Comment and say, oh, nice nails. But there's got to be avenues, leeway within that relationship to address threats.
Hey, that's
Are you getting?
That's a very calm committee.
So that it can't be a relationship of compliments. Are you getting?
Yeah.
That is only compliments. Oh, nice. 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 And the guy is hurting. Because when guys come to me and they have related for 2 years in courtship, said, have you ever been upset by this guy? Have you ever been upset by this lady? And they shake their hand. I know one of them is pretending.
Yeah.
One of them is covering their feeling, their true feelings, to be accepted.
They're not being real.
They are not being real.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter if 2 years, a lady has not been late for 5 minutes. I want to meet her. I want to know that lady. She's gone on time to every date. I want to meet that girl and
That's
see
a different one. That's a different one. Not existing.
Oh, man. 2 years. So there's got to be something. Are you getting?
Real talk.
Real talk.
Many people, Pastor, many men and many women fear the moment of tense real talk.
Yes.
Hey,
I was watching.
ataniambia nini?
I was watching this Nat Geo one day, and as I was watching, I see monkeys, baboons, gorillas, apes, just apes. I actually was watching about Congo, the Congo basin, and I just got a bit captivated by the size of that country, the resources in that country. So I just sat there, unwinding, and I was watching. And I saw these apes, orangutans, or gibbons, or gorillas. They're just apes in the monkey family. They are seated together, and then this one is coming and telling the other one, bow down, and he's looking for fleas, chower. And he's taking the chowers and throwing away. And then after that, this other one turns to this other one, anatoana chower. So these guys should come for marital, marriage counseling and give this idea to married couples, because you get married couples sometimes behave ni kama kuongezeana wanaongezeana chawa. It's like they are adding fleas instead of, because you can't see it.
Wow.
There are things they cannot see.
Yeah. There are things you can't see.
There are things you cannot see.
Yeah.
Things they
So the
cannot
best
see.
thing is, hey, why are you scratching? Let them turn around. They remove the fleas, the lice.
Wow.
All right.
What is hurting you about this?
What is it? What is making you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Hey.
What is it? Are you getting? So in any sphere of operation you get, understand, your wife or your husband, knowingly or unknowingly, will be concerned about your safety. How will you be getting there? How will you be coming back?
Yes.
Who will be there?
Yes.
Are you getting?
And they ask without no, nothing wrong. Just who are you with? Nothing
Yes.
wrong, but it's just knowing.
Yes. Are you getting?
But we interpret it as if
It's not a bone to pick. They're not
Yeah.
trying to pick
Listen,
a fight.
anytime you're getting happier with somebody else, more than you get happy with your husband or wife, it can bring issues. It can bring jealousy.
Yeah.
Anytime somebody else or something else is taking more time, taking you away from those who love, there's got to be issues.
Yeah.
So you anticipate it. Are you getting?
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Apart from you talking, having a relationship that can handle issues maturely, anticipate.
Okay.
Anticipate the fact that because now you are a married man,
Yes.
you know you've been in a relationship, you know the demands of a relationship, and you know you're not giving your wife enough time. Anticipate that this thing might cause, and that's where you bring reassurance.
Okay.
All right, I'm doing this. It's gonna take a few weeks, and it will need time. Really needs.
Yeah.
You can just go home and you sit there and you're like, hey, you look tired. Yeah, and that's where you volunteer. Because saying you look tired, she's stating the obvious to look for the unobvious. She's like trying to ask you, why are you so
Why is
tired?
it
All right.
Wow.
So when she tells you look bothered, you look tired, or you look kuna kitu inakusumbua, something is in your mind.
And Pastor, sometimes women can see things that at times that may
Even men can.
that escape men. Someone, you're talking with someone and she tells you, okay, who are you talking to? I sensed furaha isiyo ya kawaida.
Yeah.
Women can really tell when something is going beyond boundary.
Yeah. These things, and it's up to you to take those signals.
Yeah.
Because your wife is a good alarm. It's very, very effective. You get it? Very effective.
Very effective.
She will, and you're like,
And at times it doesn't even make sense to me. I mean, how? Why?
but there are people who don't take signals.
Yeah.
By the way, even on the streets there, in the traffic, vehicles communicate with signals.
Yeah.
Lights, government.
Yeah.
I mean, the road guys communicate with us lights. When they want us to stop, they do red. They want us to proceed, they do green. When the vehicle in front of you wants to turn right, they indicate right. When they are stopping, they press, they hit the brakes, and the brake lights goes on. When they want to turn back, they put the reverse.
The reverse.
And all those are different colors.
Yeah.
The one for turning is amber.
Yeah.
The one for stopping is red. The one for reverse is white. So when you see a white light, you say, this guy is coming back. You see him, pointing like this, orange or amber, pointing this direction, that's right. He's turning right. When you see both sides, amber is telling you that's hazard. It's telling you, hey, careful, something is up. Are you getting? Yes. But it's in marriage where people ignore signals. It's in marriage where people don't give each other signals.
Until they get to the
So
beach.
you're walking, unaona jamaa has taken
Never
the
knew
right.
that.
You're like,
Wait a minute.
wait a minute, where did that come from? Yeah, all of a sudden the guy is coming back. Boom. And you're like, I wasn't aware of that.
Whoa.
Or you're going, the guy stops.
Yeah.
You see, people are not giving each other signals. They don't know how to read signals.
Yeah.
You get?
Pastor,
If people knew how to read those signals, then you find the guy would just go and volunteer information and reassure.
Explanation.
Yeah.
I know.
I understand.
But fear not.
Fear
It's
not.
okay.
Yeah, it shall be well.
You go into a place where there are 3-4 ladies.
Yes.
You say, this is my wife.
Yes.
Mtu kwa nasoma naye.
Yeah.
This one, we used to live in the same estate, blah, blah, blah. And she says, okay, pleasure to meet you. You think she will pleasure to meet you? She'll say pleasure to meet you to a threat.
She's
No.
not anticipating.
When she says pleasure to meet you, she's
Yeah.
yeah. But when you say introduce, or you go and say ha, this so and so, this one, so this the name, and then she's like, who are these? She's trying to address the level of threat, to analyze threat levels.
Analyze threat level. Pastor, you will need to
And then
pray.
comment.
Pray.
You go home and you're like, ule dem alikuwa amevaa red ni nani?
Yeah.
Ule alikuwa amevaa wig funny. So they are trying now to discredit.
In your eyes.
They are to discredit in your eyes.
To discontinue your interest.
Alikuwa na growth kwa nywele. You know, they try to discredit. What they are looking for is an assurance. But you know what the guy will say, come on, relax, you're so insecure. The girl is,
But, and then you do a mistake of saying, by the way, here wig ilikuwa imemfit. Hey, you are spoiling things.
That's fire.
Are you getting? So there are signals. Signals in terms of comments or lack of.
Okay.
Silence itself is communication. Are you getting?
Yeah.
Are you getting? Sometimes even too much talking about something. You're trying to move from that topic.
But here we
She
goes
goes back. You're like, okay, let me listen to this because there seems to be more revelation here. There's a matter here that we need to imbibe. Are you getting?
Yes, yes, Pastor. Pastor, please pray for marriages. Common understanding, simple things, explanation, sensitivity to, as you've said, to signals and stuff. You bear with me.
As we finish, pastors and fellow men, this is where people make a mistake.
Okay.
We handle each other like brands. Brand, a phone.
Yeah.
Say, okay, Techno is like this, Samsung is like this, iPhone is like this, blah, blah, is like this. All right?
Okay.
Can you imagine if we had phones that every individual phone has its own temperament, its own personality, its own... You get?
Yeah.
But people expect, and that's where stereotyping comes in. Women are like this.
Okay.
Men are like this. Women from here, this area are like this. Men from this area are like this. Short men are like this. No. So when the girl goes and talks to her friends and says, hey man, this my guy is so insecure. I say, watu wafupi wanakuwaga hivyo. It's short people. Are you getting? So there is stereotyping.
Wow.
Instead of study that person. Is a person, is an individual. Don't generalize.
Yes.
Know them as individuals.
Yes.
Know what turns them on. Know what turns them off. Know what picks them off. That can cause them to because all of us have a different threshold for anger.
Yeah.
For irritation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people who are irritable.
Yes.
There are people who have a hair trigger can get upset like this in the middle of the mall, and they start to throw away their
Shopping.
They are shopping. They can pull off their wig and throw it up. They are dramatic.
Yeah.
Are you getting?
Yes.
But there are those you can upset and you don't even know you have upset.
Yeah.
Till you get home, they sit down and say, the way you acted, I wasn't happy. Never do that again. But it's not a parliament meeting. It's not a long conversation. It just says, I don't like what you did. Don't do it again. It's over.
Sure.
And they proceed like nothing happened.
Sure.
So everyone is different. What makes them happy, what upsets them, you have to learn. And when you're going into a relationship, ladies and gentlemen, learn that person. Don't handle that person like it's your ex. Because now we're having issues with exes.
Yeah.
All right? Let me pray for you. Father, in the name of Jesus, your desire is that we may enjoy life with our husband and the wife of our youth. Your desire is that, oh Lord, every relationship should work and reflect your love, your commitment, and your hope for marriage. I pray for that relationship. I pray for that spouse. I pray for that man and woman, that those things that we've discussed, that they will be sensitive, that they will not ignore one another's feelings, that they will be quick to detect the signals and to know what it is that they are supposed to do to build security around that marriage. I pray for the healing of every relationship and any marriage that is represented by our viewers in the name of Jesus Christ. Father, I thank you and I honor you.
Yes.
In Jesus' name. Once again, there are numbers there. Let us know this program has blessed you. There is a number, PAYBILL number. Let us, send your support, send your tithe, your offering. It's going to go a long way to help us to continue spread the gospel of Jesus Christ as far as marriage is concerned, marriage and relationship and family. God bless you until next Thursday. It's been Pastor Morris, Pastor Solomon, Pastor Sam discussing insecurities. Amen.
Amen.
God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Pastor.
Marital